Hey, this is Andy from PC Gamer, and we're about to play some Elite Dangerous with the Oculus Rift, which is this thing in my head. So let's give it a go. So that was Elite Dangerous with the Oculus Rift. Pretty impressive. I've played a lot of Rift games, but this is easily the most impressive in terms of feeling like you're inside the game. It's because Frontier have developed this Rift mode especially for the game, whereas in a lot of other games it's kind of hacked in afterwards. The feeling of being in the cockpit is really nicely done. There's a good sense of depth, and as you look around, the HUD markers are actually on the dashboard of the spaceship, and it kind of tells you, what your shields and your health and stuff are. It's pretty, it works pretty well. The Oculus Rift debug kit that I've got on here is a little bit low res, so you can't read all the readouts, but when the high res one comes out, it'll be a lot better, I think. It's a really weird sensation when you look down and you actually see the pilot's body in the same position as yours, especially when you're using this stick, because the controls in the ship are the same as the stick, so it's quite a weird. It fools your brain briefly, where you think, that's my body, but it's not your body. The controls and stuff, they've really nailed the simulation feel. Obviously, I've never flown a spaceship. No one has, not like this anyway, and it kind of feels like you're controlling a big heavy lump of metal floating in space. Like, there's a good sort of delay and weight to the controls that makes it feel quite convincing. But this alpha is just combat scenarios. The main game's going to have a big open universe with trading and RPG stuff, and so it'll be interesting to see if that is as good as the simulation is, but the combat and the feeling of movement is really spot on. Now, some people have complained that the Rift makes them feel nauseous. I haven't really got that. I think Half-Life 2 made me feel like I was going to be sick, but that was the only game. In this, because you're in space, if you whack into an asteroid, your ship will start spinning out, and it did make me feel a little bit queasy, but that's just because the screen was rotating wildly. But generally it feels pretty nice. The kind of feeling when you look out the side of the window and you're moving through the asteroids and you see them kind of looming past your window, it feels really physical. It feels like they're actually there. In combat, when the enemy ships are firing at you, your cockpit kind of sparks and smoke comes out and stuff, and it gives you that feeling of like, it feels really 3D and it feels quite dangerous. And it's called Elite Dangerous, so that works. Yeah, so I think, it's really impressive. The Oculus Rift has a way to go before it's, fully ready to go to market. But already, I think if you wanted to sell the idea of VR, it's not being just another gimmick like it was in the 90s with those big red headsets. This is probably the game you want to give to people who are VR naysayers, because everyone who's tried it in the office, the PC Gamer team and elsewhere, has been really impressed, and it's always the same reactions, a mixture of wonder and swearing and, oh my god, this is amazing. So yeah, I think this alpha is £200 to get into. The VR headset debugs, they've actually stopped making them for the moment, but they're pretty expensive. So to experience this now will cost a lot of money, but I think when Elite comes out and the Rift is commercially available, it's a pretty perfect little marriage there. They've really nailed it.